Hey guys, what's going on? Steven back again, and I'm back with another 40K video from Major Kill. And the topic for today's video is every single Harlequin mask explained. The Harlequins are very interesting. How did Bricky describe them? They're demon clowns. Demon clown performers, you know? Oh look, they're all dying over there. Honk honk. Yeah, so that is very interesting. And of course, protecting the Black Library. And apparently some of their weapons are very brutal, because I remember doing a video about, what was it, the most disturbing or the most brutal weapons or something like that in 40K lore. And the Harlequins, I believe, had only one, I think. What was it, the Harlequin Kiss? I believe it was like a wrist weapon with like a really sharp tube at the end of it, and when they stabbed you, some like barbs or something come out of the tube and go right inside your body and scramble everything up like scrambled eggs, and then the barbs just get sucked right back into the tube. Like, yeah, that is pretty disturbing, Yes, it is a melee weapon, so it can only be used in close combat, but still not pleasant at all. And don't the Dark Eldar kind of respect, or isn't even like Dark Eldar kind of like disturbed a little bit by Harlequins? I thought I heard that in one video, that they that Harlequins are able to go back and forth between Eldar and the Dark Eldar and stuff like that, and their Eldar and Dark Eldar are kind of cool with them. So I don't know, I thought I heard that in a video, but alright. So anyways, yeah, let's get on to the video and learn about every single Harlequin mask. Here we go.
G'day guys and gal. The Harlequins, a faction of overpowered ass-kicking gaggers that seem to be the only people in the galaxy with some degree of control over their own situation. They are the perfect example of people doing small but impactful stuff really well, as opposed to the Imperium, who's trying to simultaneously clap everyone's cheeks whilst also ensuring everyone pays their taxes on time. Because of this, Harlequins almost never lose, and when they do lose, they don't actually lose because their loss turns out to be a necessary sacrifice. It might sound like I don't like them, but the opposite is true. Harlequins are baller as, with their various schemes being convoluted enough to make Titsnitch bluff. So I thought, why not look at each of the different Harlequin masks, their sub-factions, to see the difference between them, as well as determining if they are actually as united as a faction as they would like everyone else to believe. Today we'll go over each Harlequin mask.
Oh, that's true.
Yep, that's about it. Let's get into it.
That is true. If they are united, or each
Harlequins are quite
does
confusing.
Their own thing.
I have an entire video about them, but the gist was that the Elder meme god,
I should have watched that video first.
was one of the only Elder gods to survive the birth of Slaanesh intact, because he wasn't a retard who tried to throw hands with the new Chaos god. He travelled to the Webway and began calling various Elder, mostly the outcasts, to him. He imbued them with power and tasked them with the protection of the Elder race, via the destruction of Slaanesh as well as the Necrons as a secondary objective. They also became kind of weird, seeing the galaxy as a big performance, with their fighting style and terminology more akin to a stage act than a serious grimdark setting. The no bullshit position means they are the perfect link between the various Elder sub-factions, helping to broker deals between the Dark Eldar and the Craftworlders, and often fighting alongside them both, as well as the Imperium at times. Although all masks serve the interest of the Laughing God, Sir Gorach, they don't all have the same direct objective or priority, in a similar fashion to how all the Loyalist Space Marine chapters are simps for the Emperor, but don't always work together well or get along. Harlequin lore goes a lot deeper than all this, with their Dawn, Twilight, and so on techniques and attitude. But
so
that's
they
not
all
relevant
have their own objectives.
All you really need to know is the Harlequins are fucking weird, and they do confusing stuff, which creates a lot of unusual lore. I'll be speaking about the main masks first, and then I'll go into the secondary ones after. First up is the Masque of the Dance Without End. This masque is one of the oldest and share a special bond with the Laughing God, acting as guardians of the webway. In return, the webway favours them as the webway is kind of sentient in a way and recognises them as one of its key protectors. They even have a permanent base in the webway called the Maze of Whispers, which is very unusual for the nomadic Harlequins. They are known to destroy Necron dolmen gates, which are devices Necrons used to breach the webway. They destroy demonic incursions in the webway and will even go out into real space to massacre any faction that gets near a webway gate. Overall, not a particularly interesting masque, but a very necessary one. The next masque is the Dreaming Shadow. Whilst most Harlequins focus on bending demons over backwards and showing them who is daddy, the Dreaming Shadow is almost entirely focused on destroying Necrons or preventing their awakenings. As such, they will often attack Mechanicus dig sites, killing the curious Georges before they are able to dig too deep and wake up the Tomb World. They will even go as far as to ally with non-Eldar races against Tyranids or even Dark Eldar if it results in Necron destruction down the road. It probably comes as no surprise that the Dreaming Shadow are buddies with Craftworld
kind of like demon hunters,
as that Craftworld is known for its hunting of Necrons. Overall, an unusual priority for a masque, but the Necrons are the OG enemy of the Eldar, so it makes sense. Now onto the Masque of the Fading Dawn. These guys got an entire audio drama for them, which is pretty cool. Basically, their leader was arrogant, which caused another masque to question his leadership. In response, the Lord of the Fading Dawn was like, "Alright, you fuckers, watch this," and then proceeded to invade an Orc world, massacre its warriors, and then 1v1'd its war boss, the Orc King. Moments later, the war boss was decapitated and the world liberated, with the masque returning to the webway. Usually, Harlequins only take these sorts of risks to further the goals of the Laughing God, but the Fading Dawn did it to tell their brother Masque to get fucked. The Laughing God isn't some focused, singular being. He is complicated with various different schemes and desires. Some parts of him are hell-bent on saving the galaxy, hence him sending various masques to help with the resurrection of Gilliman. But sometimes he just wants to fuck people over and laugh at their misfortune. The Masque of the Frozen Stars is his sadistic side. The Frozen Stars will go around, dooming entire worlds through schemes that would get even tit-snitch hard. They believe in Eldar domination and resurgence above all else, so will treat other races like trash, humiliating them and brutalizing them. Funnily enough, they are also the masque with the greatest sense of humour, luring a Tyranid high fleet into a sun by casting an illusion of the sun being a populated verdant world, or trapping a Tau in his depowered battlesuit, then broadcasting his live feed into space so any Tau that returned to the world would see what fate awaited them. Because of their sadism, hatred of other races, and belief in traditional Eldar resurgence, they don't like the Ynnari, who are basically the opposite of them in every way. The Masque of the Midnight Sorrow are one of the few masques that prefer to spend their time with the Dark Eldar, performing for them regularly. This is likely due to how twisted they have become from their thousands of years of dark service. They embody the darkest aspects of Ser Gorach, the rage of the fall of the Eldar. As such, many Harlequins in this masque lose their identity and become shades of vengeance. It probably explains why they hang out with the Dark Eldar so much. They are solely dedicated to fighting chaos, regularly venturing near the Eye of Terror to massacre chaos warbands and assassinate their leaders. While they might sound a bit cooked, they have been wildly effective, saving countless Eldar whilst winning many key victories for their race. They were Eldrad's first pick as the masque to aid him with the origins of the Ynnari, with many of its members going on to join the Ynnari itself. The Masque of the Reaper's Mirth are the World Eaters of the Harlequins, with a twist because of course it's a fucking twist. They are extremely violent, tearing their enemies limb from limb to ensure every battlefield they engage in is left as a charnel house full of gore and blood. There is no respect for the dead here, as enemy corpses are further mutilated for a laugh. It's no surprise that this masque has an unusually high amount of death jesters. However, the twist is that whilst most of this masque represents the dark, their leader will always represent the light, and pretend to be shocked and disgusted that their masque brutalizes the enemy so much. I'm sure they do it as a part of some deep meaning, but it comes across as a really fucked up meme. Despite their bloodthirst, they aren't berserkers. They are extremely tactical and effective, saving entire Exodite worlds and wiping out Tyranid splinter fleets just as much with their violence as with their brilliance. The Masque of the Shattered Mirage represent the Laughing God's hopelessness, his acceptance that his race is doomed and nothing he can do will save them. This isn't actually what he believes, but as I said, he's a pretty complex bloke. As such, this masque have accepted their eventual doom, so they fight without fear or hesitation, their goal being to take as many evil fuckers down with them as possible. They are another masque that prefer to hang out with the Dark Eldar over the Craftworlders due to how dark their view on life is. Despite this, they have been effective in uniting the Eldar sub-factions against common foes and are now attempting to capture the Red Corsairs' Blackstone Fortress. Like I said, they want to go down fighting. The Masque of the Silent
That's one way to
Shroud,
do it.
despite their outrageous colour scheme, are like the Raven Guard of the Harlequins. They are completely silent all the time. Their movements, weapons, even their communication, all completely null. Despite this, they seem to be more coordinated than any other Masque, making people wonder if they have neural implants or if the Laughing God himself has blessed them with special gifts. Either way, they suck to fight against. No noise on the battlefield other than the screams of your comrades as they are torn apart. The Masque of the
That's
Twisted
pretty
Path
disturbing.
are kind of like the Trazin of the Harlequins, in that they will literally kidnap as many people as possible, brainwash them into becoming Harlequins, and then deploy them in battle. The thing is, they don't give a fuck if it's an orc, a human, a Tau, or another Eldar. There are orcs
Really?
decked out like a Harlequin of the Twisted Path who are 100% loyal to the Laughing God and give their lives for the Masque. On top of that, the Twisted Path love causing havoc, entering war zones, fucking over everyone, and then leaving. Other times, they will cause bloody conflicts between other factions and leave before they actually get involved. It's all a bit random, but just like the Laughing God, it generally works towards a greater purpose. The only Crawford that they don't kidnap from is Crawford Telana, but the reasons are unknown. Because of their randomness, it's probably no surprise that the Twisted Path are able to counter and often defeat the Thousand Suns forces that continually attempt to breach the webway, much to the rage of Ahriman. The last
didn't
of the
know there
main
was
masks,
so
which
many
is
different
arguably the most
masks.
famous and important, is the Masque of the Veiled Path, whom Salandri Veilwalker is a part of. This bitch is as ruthless as she is effective. She is utterly loyal to the Eldar cause, so much so that she helped Fabius Bile attack a craft world because it would eventually result in the salvation of more Eldar souls. She was also responsible for Prince Uriel taking up the Spear of Twilight, and she was the one that helped guide the survivors of Cadia to Macragge to revive Gilliman. Not to mention she then freed Gilliman from jail and helped him to fight and banish Magnus. And all of that is just a small resume for the many other big things she has done. It seems as if the Veiled Path is especially valued by the Laughing God, as they are tasked with the most important and specific goals, such as bringing the legendary Dark Elder Lady Malise to him, or organising a funeral for Lord Vect, only to then kill the funeral's guests and then use their deaths to revive the Lord of the Dark Elder. I would say that the Veiled Path are the closest to the Laughing God,
pretty twisted.
showing off his heroic gambles
That's a
as
red
well as
wedding
his
right
dark
there.
indulgences. For the secondary masks, who have less but still interesting lore, we have the Dawning Hope, who took on some orcs and got stomped after the orcs pulled out their weird boys, being one of the only masks to get completely wiped out. Then there's the Hidden Path, who fought alongside the Imperium at Cadia. Then there's the Laughing Circus, who were able to unite the Dark Elder and Craftworders to try save a maiden world from demons, but the Elder actually failed and were defeated. Unusual Harlequin L. Then there is the Leaper Stars that are known for their kaleidoscopic displays as they massacre people. Then onto the Masque of the Leering Moon, who use an unusually high amount of Skyweavers in battle. Then there is the Morning Stars, who ambushed and killed a rogue trader and inquisitorial force who were exploring an ancient Eldar world. Then there is the Morning Mist, who are just
there's so many of them.
Shroud.
I had
Then
no
there is
idea.
the Masque of the Penumbral, who have fully pledged themselves to the Ynnari and make up the bulk of its Harlequin forces. Then there is the Shadow Weavers, who killed a bunch of Imperial forces, embarrassing them in the process. Then there is the Soaring Spite, who pretty much only use airborne tactics for battle, making them friendly with Crawford Samhan, as well as the Reaver Jetbike gangs of Comora. Then there is the Sudden Exclamation, who were destroyed by the Death Watch.
Jeez,
then there
there's
is the
a lot
Sunset
of them.
Reflection, who engaged the forces of Slaanesh in
I
battle.
didn't know Harlequins had
Slaanesh was
so
so impressed
many.
with them that she ordered her forces to
thought it was a
withdraw.
very small
However, they ignored their
force.
god's command and killed every member of the Sunset Reflection by their Shadowseer, who then escaped. Then there is the Weeping Dawn, who are a bunch of assassins hunting singular targets throughout the galaxy if they have ever wronged the Eldar in some way. Then there is the Winter Sun, who are powerful defenders of the webway, using advanced holosuits to smash through enemy lines. They also hate the Dark Elder and refuse to perform from them, unlike almost all other masks. And finally, the Laughing Shadows, who thrive off the schemes and mayhem they cause. Another Titsnitchian Masque. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be, where we have not only a boatload of Battlemace 40 million hentai, but also some live action nude cosplay photos. Hit the subscribe button and hit the real subscribe button for more laughing content. Join the Discord for more memes and I'll see you in the next.
Okay, so there we go. There is all the Harlequin masks. Wow, I had no idea there was actually that many. I didn't know the Harlequins had such a vast army. I'm kind of kicking myself. I should have watched his other video. Harlequins Explained. Yeah, I should have watched that video first. Damn, I didn't think of it. Maybe I'll have to do that one next. Yeah, because I'd really like to learn more about the Harlequins, because I had no idea they were this they had, you know, this size army and stuff. I thought they were just a very small force, kind of, you know, like custodies, and they just defended the webway and not the webway, the Black Library and stuff like that. I didn't know there was like all these different masks and stuff like that with different tactics and different themes and stuff like that. You know, these ones are good at this, these ones are good at that, these ones, you know, are all about doing this and stuff like that. These ones work with Dark Eldar, these ones don't work with Dark Eldar, these ones work with just regular Eldar. And yeah, I had no idea. So yeah, surprisingly, I actually learned quite a bit. Like I said, I wish I'd watched this video here first so I could get more lore on it. But I will say, like, their actual masks are pretty cool. You know, not gonna lie. Here's a question for you guys, though. Which type of mask do you think is more terrifying? Do you think one like this, a more colorful, I guess, demonic, you know, massive smile mask, or do you think one like, you know, one like this, just a white blank stare mask and stuff like that? You know, I think both are actually pretty terrifying, because just imagine having, you know, yep, you got the colorful ones with the giant smiles and stuff like that coming at you, looking all demonic and possessed and whatnot, and then you got like masks like this. This is just a blank white emotionless mask. And then just imagine, you know, you're on the battlefield and you're killing whatever you're fighting, and all of a sudden, like, splatters of blood just, you know, start to cover your mask and stuff like that. And now you got the white mask with red blood all over it dripping down. It'd be like, ooh, that's actually, you know, pretty terrifying. So let me know, which one do you think is more terrifying? Just a emotionless white blank mask, or the more colorful, demonic, smiling, evil looking ones? Let me know. But yeah, getting back to this, yeah, like I said, I did not know there was so many different masks and stuff like that. How big is the Harlequin army? If you want to, you know, call it an army and stuff like that. Because, you know, like I said, I thought it was a very small force. So, yeah, I didn't know there was some dedicated to, you know, working with Dark Eldar, performing for Dark Eldar. And then you got some that are, you know, against demons. And then you got some that are just against Necrons and stuff like that. And, you know, some that will work with them, some will work with these guys. And, yeah, I just had no idea. I would like to really learn more about their laughing god and stuff like that. You know, I hope I can find hopefully you guys know of a good video I can watch that maybe goes into more detail about the laughing god, because I wouldn't mind, you know, learning more about him. You know, he sounds, you know, very interesting and stuff like that. But yeah, then you got all the different masks, like, going off to, like, I guess it's different, like, emotions and stuff like that. So, like, this mask here is like his rage, this one is like his vengeance, this one is like his sorrow and stuff like that. So yeah, Harlequins are very, very interesting. But yeah, this was a very cool video to learn at least about the masks. Like I said, a lot of them did not know there was so many of them. I didn't, so I learned quite a bit. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check out the lore video. So hopefully I can find time to watch that one, and then hopefully I can put that one up before I put this video up. I don't know, because then if I watch the lore video, you know, now, and put that one up, and then I put this one up after, you know, there might be stuff I learn in the lore video and be like, oh, okay, yep, that makes sense, I understand, yep, they did that because of this and stuff like that. Ugh. I really didn't think this through. Oh well, I'll figure something out. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. Remember, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media. Links in the description box below. Come join me over on Discord. A link to my Discord channel down below in the description box. We can talk more 40K and stuff like that. Suggest videos for me to watch and stuff. And yeah, we can just chat more 40K. But other than that, yeah. Feel free, stick around. More videos are on the way, and I will see you guys next time.